How do states balance self-defense and IHL obligations with terrorist groups? Imagine a country facing a threat from a terrorist group operating within another nation's borders. How can that country act without breaking the rules of war? That's the challenge many states face today. When terrorist groups carry out attacks or threaten security, states want to protect their citizens. But they also have to follow international laws designed to limit harm during conflicts. These laws are called International Humanitarian Law, or IHL. They include the Geneva Conventions and the laws of armed conflict. These rules aim to protect civilians and those no longer fighting. States have the right to defend themselves under the United Nations Charter. If a terrorist group launches an attack, the country can respond with force. This is called the right to self-defense. But this right isn't unlimited. The use of force must follow IHL principles. That means distinguishing between combatants and civilians, and ensuring that any attack is proportional. For example, if a military targets a terrorist training camp, they must avoid harming nearby civilians. They also need to consider the scale of their response. If the military action causes more harm than the threat justifies, it's considered disproportionate and illegal under IHL. When terrorist groups operate from another country's territory, things get more complicated. A state might argue that if the host country is unwilling or unable to stop the terrorists, it can take action within that territory. This is called the unwilling or unable doctrine. For example, if terrorist groups like ISIS use safe havens in Syria, other countries might justify military strikes there. But even then, they must respect IHL rules. They need to target only military objectives and avoid civilian casualties. During operations, states must also treat detainees humanely and respect protections for the wounded and sick. Even when fighting terrorists, the laws of war still apply. Violating these rules can lead to war crimes charges. So, balancing self-defense and IHL obligations is about acting swiftly to protect citizens while respecting the rules that keep conflicts humane. States do this by justifying their actions under international law, ensuring their military operations follow IHL principles, and carefully considering the impact on civilians. This way, they can fight terrorism effectively without losing sight of the laws meant to protect everyone caught in conflict.